Live from Darth Easy Studios in Eddyville, Kentucky. It's time for a new episode of Darth Easy's TV Recap. Tonight, Superman has twins. Wanda becomes the Scarlet Witch. And the Bulldogs return to Riverdale. Your host, Darth Easy. Hello, Easy Nation. Welcome to another episode of Darth Easy's TV Recap. This episode's a little late due to the fact that I got stuck over at work last night. So I was not able to watch Attack on Titan and have the episode when it was supposed to come out. So that's the reason. So I actually have a good excuse for once. So let's talk about this week of TV. So first off, we're going to talk about American Gods Season 3, Episode 6. Conscience of the King. Alright, so we see a little bit of the past with Odin, or Mr. Wednesday, as it shows his relationship with Demeter, how they were married, and how they almost had a kid together, but the kid, I guess, died sometime during pregnancy, and so it kind of drove a rift between the two, and, Wednesday fulfills the promise and kind of gives Demeter a little bit of life, and then Demeter just says, "No, I'm just gonna go away and I guess become one with the Force." So, I'm curious to see what happens with that story. Laura and Shadow reconnect. Laura wants Shadow's help to kill Wednesday, but Shadow can't help her because that's her dad. That's his dad, and he's not going to help somebody kill his own dad, no matter how much he's not so fond of. And yeah, that's basically the episode. We find out the truck driver from last season is the sister to the landlady that Shadow kind of has that's interested in. So yeah, not a bad episode. Alright, so now let's talk about Batwoman Season 2, Episode 5, Gore on Canvas. So they've tracked down the painting that Kate was looking into right before her death, disappearance, however way you want to look at it. And it's a painting that has a map to where Sophia lives. But the painting was decorated by Jack Napier, otherwise known as the Joker. And, they go into kind of a little bit of an Ocean's 11 kind of mode into it. And they're just trying, and they get the paint back. Well, they don't get the painting back. And then you kind of see a little bit of the Crow's brutality a little bit. And how Ryan says, "I will never work with the Crows again. I don't trust them at all." And then the other part of the story, you see Alice has tracked down Ocean, and she thinks there's some kind of connection, thinks there's some part of her past that's been forgotten, and you find out Ocean has the painting that can lead them to Sophia. So yeah, interesting episode. Let's move on to Black Lightning, Season 3, Episode 3, Book of Reconstruction, Chapter 3, Despite All My Rage. Alright, so there's a lot of things in this episode to talk about. I mean, first off, we got Jefferson. He helps this teacher who is out of money, who has been living in his car, lost his kids in the last episode. This teacher's been in a fight club sponsored by Lala, and so Jefferson helps him out, gets the money, and gives the teacher, or allows him to stay at his dad's house, his old childhood house. Tobias is trying to lure Lynn. Jefferson's trying to get his life back together and sees flowers, and he's like, and he thinks Lynn has set himself up for a date. All reality, Tobias has set Lynn up to talk about an opportunity, and Jefferson sees Tobias out with Lynn, and we'll see the repercussions of that in the next few episodes. Jen is facing it looks like she's absorbing too much energy because her body starts to kind of fade away, so be interested to see what happens more of that. And she goes into social media. Gamby steals one of the energy guns from his new employer and finds out the lowest setting of the energy guns can kill people. And so yeah, not a bad episode. Also, the one girl wakes up and they get married, so okay. Let's move on to the theme of the week, and that is Superman and Lois, Season 1, Episode 1, Pilot. I thought the first 2-3 minutes of this episode was incredible. And the thing about this is it feels like, I would say it kind of feels anti-CW, but it doesn't. But it kind of ignores a lot of the stuff that came before. I mean, you didn't see any Supergirl references, which is completely fine with me because I'm not the biggest fan of Supergirl. Don't watch that show. It's one of the few CW Supergirl shows I actually do not watch. And I really enjoyed the episode this week. I thought it was a great pilot. I liked how you have the two twin brothers, and I like how it begins. Like, it kind of shows like the montage of how he was living on Kansas, a kind of callback to the original Action Comics #1 with him catching the car and with the original Superman suit. I think that was such a great callback, and I really like. I believe his name is Tyler Hoechlin as Superman. I think he does a great job. He does have those little Christopher Reeve vibes to me, and a little bit of a Henry Cavill vibes as well. I just think he does a great job in the role. And I liked how, we have this new villain. I don't know really what it is because I'm not I love Superman, but I don't know comics as well as people think I do. And I'm curious to see what happens. That fight at the end was pretty good, and they moved to Smallville, and you have the twins, and they're like, you have the one who is the star quarterback. You think, oh, he's going to be Superman, but really he doesn't have any powers. I bet he'll have powers before the season's over with. And then you have the other brother who is he's the antisocial, and he's the one that's inherited the powers. So yeah, this was a really good episode of Superman and Lois. I'm curious to see how the rest of the season plays out. First episodes are easy. The second and third episodes is really what makes a TV show. Let's move on to Riverdale, Season 5, Episode 6, Chapter 82, Back to School. Alright, so the gang go back to school. They're teaching. Archie is trying to revive the Bulldogs, the football team, and he's struggling to get the money. He got the 11 players he needs for the football team. But it gets his Hiram and Reggie's attention. They go to Cheryl, and Cheryl's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sponsor you. But then Cheryl finds out that Tony has restarted the Vixens. And Cheryl's like, no, you do not. So it kind of gets Cheryl out of the shadow. So we'll probably see a little more of that. Also, we see Betty. She's looking for Polly, and they don't know what happened to Polly. They find the phone, so who knows where Polly is now. Let's talk about Young Sheldon, Season 4, Episode 9, Crappy Frozen Ice Cream, and an Organ Grinder's Monkey. So this episode, we see Sheldon and George go to dinner to basically impress this donor who wants to know where his money is being spent on the physics program, and Sheldon is, the young kid scientist, and people want to meet him. Let's see. Missy wants to go on a date, or she wants to go to prom, or not prom, but like a high school dance, and she just like she's like, why? It's like she asks Georgie, she says, how did you get to dance? Easy. I never told Mom about him. And I liked how he's like, here, I have the answer to all your problems. And he shows him Footloose, which, love Footloose. I think an absolutely incredible 80s classic. And she uses the same arguments in Footloose, and she's like, that was really good. Too bad it was from Footloose. And you're just like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Funny episode. Alright, let's move on to a really awesome episode, and that is WandaVision, Season 1, Episode 8, previously on. So, I like this episode because you have Agatha Harkness at the beginning. You see that she is one of the original Salem witch. The Salem witch trials. She's one of the original witches. Cool. That is awesome. I'll talk a little. I guess we'll see a little more of her next week as well. But basically, she's interrogating Wanda to figure out how is this girl doing all this stuff. This is physically impossible, but somehow it's happening. So how are you doing this? And so we get into kind of a little more of the backstory, like how whenever her and her brother Petrov were living in Sokovia, how her family watched sitcoms as Stark Bomb, which shows, and I remember from Age of Ultron, they hated Tony Stark, and that was the reason why, was because the bomb killed their family. So, that makes sense. Then it shows how she got her initial powers, and maybe she stopped the bomb from actually going off. And this episode, I just thought this episode was great. I mean, all the little flashbacks was great. The ending of whenever she creates Westview, and then she says you are an evil. You're something that should not be possible. You are the Scarlet Witch. And when Scarlet Witch gets mentioned, damn awesome. And the little post-credit scene where you see the new Vision body, I guess, being powered by the remnants of the Mind Stone, which is the Mind Stone, which is, that's a lot of Wanda's powers, is what fuels the body for Vision to come back, or this version of Vision. Maybe this body of Vision will somehow get into the Vision that's in Westview, and then we'll see Vision alive, and maybe we'll see another season of this show. Because I thought so far this season has been incredible. I'm curious to see the finale next week. Let's talk about Attack on Titan, Season 4, Episode 8, Assassin's Bullet. So, the two kids, they sneak onto the airship. Also, Aaron and Rhina, they fight. And Aaron, one-shots. He Mike Tyson's Rhina with one shot. Someone being the armor type, you would think he'd be a little more durable. But, Rhina wasn't at 100%. The one kid, the girl, she kills what's his face? She kills Sasha. Sad moment, because Sasha, part of the original Cadet Corps and everything. And we find out Seek's been playing a double agent. How he's trying to return his people back to their power. I remember now that Seek is the brother of Aaron Yeager, which, I went back and watched a few of these episodes to better understand where the story was. And maybe Seek just feels so guilty about when he was a kid, he turned his parents in, how his mom got turned into a Titan. But now that Seek is on the ship, they have somebody with royal blood, and he has the power, and Aaron has the power of the founding Titan, that things are probably about to get very interesting in this show. So, yeah, so guys, that's this week, this episode of Dark Easy TV Recap. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel and all the other things. So guys, if you like this video, click that thumbs up, subscribe, see more, tell your friends about Easy Nation. Until next time, all too easy.